Tempo Squad, what is up? It is Coach Alice coming at you, and today, you guys, we have a 30-minute full body build focused on power. So power, we're trying to get from point A to point B as quickly but as efficiently as possible. We'll talk a little bit more about it as we get going. We're gonna have 3 rounds of work, you guys. First round, lower body. Second round, upper body. Third round, we're gonna get a little bit of core, and we might have a workout that rhymes with Slurpee. We'll get to that later. All right, for warm up, we're gonna start with some alternating knee hugs. Grab the knee, pulling that knee into the chest, alternating sides, really making sure we're staying tall, trying to get as much hip flexion as extension as possible. And just getting a feel for the body, seeing what feels good, what doesn't, if anything's tight, if anything isn't, and just making sure we're hitting those areas that we need to get a nice good workout today, guys. We're gonna go ahead and go wide stance, lateral squat, shifting the hips back, pushing that button hips back to one side. If you want to bring the hands in front of you, feel free, you can. Alternating sides, take your time here, no rush. This is just our warm up. We're gonna see some lateral squats in our actual workout as well. So just want us to get through that range of motion, activating those muscles that we're gonna be using as we put some weight into the movement as well. So just taking your time, getting as low as you feel comfortable. Each rep, maybe see if you can get a little bit lower. If you want to make it more dynamic, maybe you're raising that toe up, even pushing your weight more onto the toe that's down. Last one, and back to the center. Okay, same thing, but now we're gonna add a rotation into it, okay? So we're gonna go into that lateral squat, hand goes inside, rotate, open up that spine, back to the center, and stand it up. Same thing other way. Woo, a little groin. I'm feeling out of my adductors and my groin. Waking them up, letting them know it's almost time to go. Let's get a couple more, one more each side. Working down, work that rotation. Rotate as far as you can. Back to the center, last one other way. Shift it down as low as you can, hand the ankle and rotate. Ooh, my right side is tight. All right, you guys, we're gonna go bottoms up squat. Feet are gonna be a little bit wider than the hips. We're gonna bring the hands all the way down to the floor. Sink the butt, get the chest up, drive the hips back up, and then we're gonna stand it back up through the top. Again, forward fold, down the middle, hands to toes, sit down in that squat, really opening up the hips, open up the glutes. If you wanna sit here for a second, feel free, this feels good to me, so I'm gonna sit here for a second, and then when you're ready, go ahead, stand it up. One more time, forward fold, hands to the toes, get down there, drop it like it's hot, chest up. Ooh, I'm really feeling out of my adductors in my groin. If it's tight again, go ahead and hang out there for a second. And hands up. Stand it up, release. All right, we're gonna go wide stance, back to that wide stance. We're gonna go with some windmills. Arms are wide, pushing the hips back, warming up those hamstrings a little bit. Here, let's speed it up a little bit. Try to get the heart rate up a little bit. We got 20 seconds before we get into our workout. So let's make sure we get the heart rate up a little bit, get a little sweat going, so that body is ready to get that work done. All right, last 10 seconds, fast feet. We're just going forward and back. Warm those legs up. Spike that heart rate in one quick time. In 3, and relax. All right, round number 1, you guys. We are gonna change our weights. We're working a superset of lower body. We have deadlifts, and then we have that lateral squat. Okay, so the same exact lateral squat, we're just working on warm up, but we're gonna add some weight to it, and then we're gonna hit that backside with our deadlifts. As you change your weight, I'm gonna go ahead and explain what our 2 moves are, show you how they look, what we got going, and I'll rock from there, okay? For our deadlift, slight soft bend of the knees. From here, pushing the hips back, keeping those dumbbells nice and tight to the leg the whole entire time. Once you feel like your hips can't go back any further, we'll pause there, and then we're driving back up to the top, okay? Deadlifts will be with 2 dumbbells, and then for our lateral squat, we're gonna go goblet hold with our dumbbell. Legs are gonna be wide, and then from here, shifting side to side, hips go back. Again, same movement that we did in our warm-up. Let's grab those weights. Set number 1. Let's ease into it, starting with our deadlift first. We're gonna have 8 reps. And let's rock. Slight bend of the knees. Hips go back. Just getting a good feel for the lower body right now. Driving back up through the top. Remember, all this motion is done through our hips. Try to get away from doing a squat pattern. I know it's really easy to start bending the knees as we go into our deadlift. But let's really focus on the hips. Imagine you had a wall behind you, try to drive your butt into that wall, and you really should be feeling this in your hamstrings and your glutes primarily. Last rep, and relax. All right, put one dumbbell down into the side. We're gonna go with that goblet lateral lunge. We're only working one side at a time. So let's go ahead and go wide stance. Dumbbells push against the chest. 6 reps. Take your time. First round. No rush to be super fast on this first round. Let's do it. Driving the hips and butt back. Opposite leg stay straight. Drive back to the center. Keeping that knee in line with the toe. Chest is up. Engage in the glutes. Awesome job. Halfway there. 3 reps. Just getting the feel for it. Again, this is round 1. We got more rounds to come. Take your time. We're just getting the feel. And relax. Quick 10 seconds. Shake that leg out. Opposite side. Same thing. Exactly what we did to the other side. We're going to do to this side. Hold that dumbbell and let's shift. Main thing I see here, you guys, is as we go into this lunge, you want to bend that opposite leg. Make sure we don't bend that leg. Keep that leg straight. Force that single side leg that we're bending to do that work for us. All right. Last 2 reps. Get as low as you can here, whatever feels comfortable, and relax. Quick 1-minute break. All right, I took it easy on you the first round. We took it slow, easy tempo. Now we're gonna try to get a better feel for it, increase our range of motion, as well as changing our weights at this point if we need. If you got to that in rep range of 8 or 6 on your lunge, and you know you could have did 3 or 4 more reps, let's maybe increase that weight a little bit, challenge ourselves a little bit more. Focusing on our deadlift again, really working through the hinge, trying to get away from that squat pattern, activating and lighting up those hamstrings. By the time we're done, those hamstrings should definitely be feeling it from these deadlifts. We don't need a whole lot of work. We just need the proper intensity and the proper mechanics in our deadlift to really get a good bang for our butt, for our backside. We got 15 seconds before we go. Let's get your dumbbell set. Again, deadlift, both dumbbells, and then when we go into that lunge, we're gonna go ahead and go single dumbbell. Let's grab them, feet hip width distance, slice off bend of the knee, big inhale, and hip shoot back, push your butt into that wall, and drive. All right, remember I talked about power. Today is our focus on power. We are trying to really get from the bottom of that deadlift to the top, fast and explosive, but still with good form. So if you feel like our form is going out of the way, slow it down a little bit, but if we can, move fast from the bottom to the top. Let's really try to force that A to B point nice and quick. Last rep. And relax. One dumbbell goes down, single side. I started with my left side, whatever side you started with last time. Let's go with that same side here. Wide stance, shifting and get down and back. See if we get a little bit deeper into this lunge this time. Here we go. Hips back, shift and bend that knee, and drive it like it's hot. Here we go, you guys. As you can see, you get limited range of motion as well to one side than another. I can already tell compared to my other side. I can get a little bit deeper on this side compared to my right side, depending on if you have any problems with your knees, ankles, anything of that sort. You might not get as deep, and relax. All right, other side, same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and hold this same position. It's only a 10-second break. It's gonna come and go quick, so not too much recovery in between. Here we go, shifting the weight. Opposite side. Take your time. Making sure that knee stays in line with that toe. Strong, stable base with the feet. Really digging the feet into the ground and having a nice base of support. If we're really feeling unstable, focus more on your feet and your ankles here. Last rep. And relax. 1 minute break. That is 2 sets down. We got 1 more set to go, you guys. Grab a quick little sip of water. Reset the mind, reset the body. If we're choosing the correct weights here and working the proper intensity, then you just might leave with some BBL allegations by the time we're done with here if we keep working a lot of these stimulated lateral squats and these deadlifts. We're really focused on quality reps, you guys. We don't have a whole lot of reps, only 8 reps on a deadlift, only 8 reps on that lunge. So intensity in terms of weight selection is very, very, very important here. That change is only gonna come through that challenge. So challenge yourself. Pick something up you ain't never really picked up before. You only know you can do it unless you actually try it. So, let's do it. Starting with that deadlift. Try to be explosive from the bottom to the top. All right, slow on the eccentric, fast on the way up. Hips go back, work to the bottom, hamstrings fire, drive it up. When we think about athletes, you guys, athletes are extremely powerful and they get from point A to point B very fast. And the way they train is like so. Through the range of motion, they drive fast and they try to working those moderate to heavy weights. And as they get stronger and as they get more fit, you can move heavier and faster with certain moves. Deadlifts is a great move to work a slow progression with. Great job, you guys. We're going into that lateral squat once again. One dumbbell goes down, wide stance. Stay consistent with the same side that we've been starting with. Don't switch it up. Legs are wide. Shift that weight down and back to one side and leg it. Make sure I continue to focus on keeping that chest high. We don't want that back collapsing. Keep it high and tall and work to that range of motion. I'm definitely starting to feel that glute fire up. Glutes are screaming at me. Last rep. And relax. 10-second break. I'm gonna shake that left side out. I'm feeling it. All right, right side. Show the right side some love. Back to that same stance. And let's do it. Focus on your breathing. Inhale as you're coming down. Exhale as you push back through the top. All that mind-muscle connection. Feel that glute working. Feel any hamstring alike here too. Getting that full lower body strength right here. And last rep. Good money. Go ahead and put that weight down, you guys. We are going to go into our next round of work. We're going to be working some upper body. So let's definitely change our weights here. We're going to change our weight for a push press. And then we're going to have a body weight movement with a hand release push up. So I'm going to give you a second. Change your weight for our push press. Most of us are going to need to lighten it up a little bit compared to what we use for our squat. And then as you do so, I'll make sure what we got coming, you guys. For our push press, dumbbells are going to be starting in that front rack position. So feet are going to be hip width distance, dumbbells on top of the shoulders. And don't think of this as a full squat, you guys. Think of it as like a quarter squat. We definitely are creating momentum using the lower body, but does not have to be a full squat position here, okay? So we're dipping through the knees. Again, think quarter squat, and then think as you're gonna jump, explode, create momentum from the legs to press those dumbbells straight above the head. All right, one more time, dip the knees, sit that quarter squat, use the momentum from the legs, press those dumbbells up. All right, that's gonna be our push press. Second movement, hand release push up, coming down to the floor from that high plank, lowering ourselves down controlled, hands come up, hands come down, press away with power as we work through the top of our plank. All right, go time. Let's do it. We're going 10 reps with our push press, and we're going with that hand release push up. That's gonna follow right after. Dumbbells up, and time. Here we go, push press. Drop the knees, press. Really focus on keeping the body moving as one piece here. Both of these moves happen together. We don't wanna separate it, so don't squat, stand, and then press. Make sure they both happen at the same time. Knees dip and press. As you can see a little bit, my feet are leaving the ground a little bit because I'm really emphasizing that lower body explosiveness and creating power to let those dumbbells go up a little bit easier. And last rep. 15 seconds. That push press is gonna give me a second round and a third round. This is the one that gets your heart rate up. We're gonna go into that high plank position. Hand release push up. Lowering ourselves down control. We got 7 reps. Coming down, chest to the floor, hands up, push up fast. There we go. Coming down, hands up, remember power, push. If we need to, option, knees can come down. We can do that same push up from the knees if we need here, okay? Lower it down, get that full range of motion, hands up. Either option is working. Again, moving from the ground up as fast as we can. On the way down, it can be slow. And rest. Ooh, I got sweat starting to drip everywhere, y'all. We are working. That is set number 1. All right, we practice it. We got a feel for the movements. Now, as we go into set number 2, we're gonna try to increase that intensity a little bit, okay? So again, focusing on our knee dip, focusing on creating momentum on the way up. I know we are pressing and we're using a lot of shoulders, but the way we get better at a push press is by utilizing the legs more. So you're gonna continue to hear me talk about emphasizing explosiveness through the legs, all right? 25 seconds, grab a little sip if we need. Round number 2 coming right up. Power is my favorite way to train, you guys. I love training power, love being explosive. It just makes you feel like a superhero. At least for me, at least. Let's grab those weights. We're going back to that push press. Dumbbells up, dipping it down, and let's work. Use those legs, work that press. Elbows stay tight as well. Don't let those elbows flare. We're gonna have a lot more stability with those elbows tight, keeping everything a lot more in line with our center of gravity. Dip and pop. Great job, you guys. I see ya. Woo. It doesn't get easier, we just get better. We just get stronger. We keep making it happen. Hell of a job. Go ahead and relax. Dumbbells go off to the side. We got 10 seconds to be down to that mat. Hand release push up. Again, pushing off explosively, trying to get through the top as quick as we can. Meet me on the mat. Coming down, and let's rock. Hands come up. See how fast you can get up from the bottom to the top. Hands up. Explode. Big inhale. As you push, exhale. Try to get up there. Power just makes me excited, you guys. I just like doing things fast. Seeing how fast I can get to that range of motion. It definitely does tire you out though. So control your heart rate, control your breathing. Last rep for me. And little money. I'm on timeout. But you get it done, you got it. Stand it up, shake it out, grab another sip of water. If you are sweating like a crazy person like me, go ahead and wipe off with me. Grab a little water. That is 2 sets done. We got one more to go. One more to go. My shoulders, I'm feeling it a little bit. That means I probably got to use a little bit more legs. Take it off from upper body a little bit. Typically, a good rule of thumb, you guys, is for a push press. If you can straight press it, so if you can stand here and press those dumbbells up without using your legs, I typically like to recommend to use a weight in which you can't do so that it forces you to use some lower body. Because the push press, again, is not made to be just upper body. We want to utilize the leg drive as much as possible. All right, 5 seconds, here we go. Grab your weights, push press. Last round, let's make it happen. Bring the intensity up. See if we can speed it up a little bit. Drop and dip, come on. I might get a little quiet here because I'm gonna increase that intensity. Let's work for this last round. Pop it. Halfway. Use those legs. Elbows stay tight. Even as we get fatigued, focus on your form. Strong core. Dip into those knees. Extend hard and fast. Sheesh. Don't worry, y'all. Dumbbells down. We're going back to that hand release push up. Uno más. One more time. One more time. Again, making sure we're getting that full range of motion. If we need to drop the knees, go ahead and drop it, those knees. Here we go. High plank. Let's do it. 7 good reps. Hands up. Release. Squeeze that core. Making sure the hips aren't sagging too much. Everything stays in one line. You got it. Stay with me. Fight through it. Last couple reps. Maybe hard. Maybe tough. Heart rate might be high. But this is where we get better. This is where that money's made. Nothing great comes easy. Last rep. Finish it off. Yeah. Good work, you guys. That is 2 rounds done. We got 1 more round to go. This last round, I told you we had a movement that rhymed with Slurpee. If you haven't guessed, yeah, no, we got some burpees coming up. All right, burpee coming up, and we're gonna mix that with some plank shoulder taps. So ultimately, it's gonna be more of a core block. All right, so I'm gonna explain what we got. You can move your weights out the way. No more weights for this last round. For our plank shoulder tap, we're in that high plank position. Really trying to work anti-rotation of the hips and the core. So we don't want to have the hips turning and rotating. High plank, hands under the shoulders. Opposite hand, tap to opposite shoulder. And then we're just alternating sides. But the one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to lean and turn as we're bringing that hand to the shoulder. Option, we can always, again, drop the knees down, work that same tap from the knees. All right, for the burpee, we don't know what a burpee is. We'll start from that high plank position. Jumping the knee up, standing it up, hands back down, and reset. So, if you haven't guessed it by now, a lot of our time here is going to be spent in that plank position. So shoulders and core, are gonna be on fire. But I believe in you, we're gonna make it happen. Last round, 3 sets, alternating back and forth. Let's make it happen. Let's get that money. All right, we're gonna start with those plank shoulder taps first. Find the bottom of your mat, high plank position, and let's rock. We got 30 seconds here. Take your time, ease into it. First round, doesn't have to be super fast. And if you're feeling good, I ain't gonna hold you back now. Go ahead and go for it. Work a little bit faster. I'm gonna slowly build from round 1 to round 3. So as we go deeper into our sets, I'm gonna speed it up, make it a little bit faster. But for this first one, I'm gonna keep it at a conservative pace. Working those taps in 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, quick 6-second break. We're going right into our burpees. Burpee time. Here we go. High plank, and let's do it. Jump it up, stand it up, hands back down, feet replace the hands. Find a good rhythm. Focus on your breathing. Right here, burpee is one of those moves, you guys, where we just gotta get it done. It's not much more to it. It ain't too much for me to tell you in terms of how to perform a burpee better. It's just we gotta get it done. So let's make it happen. Last one. Woo! Heart rate is up. We're not getting a lot of break though. We're going into a forearm plank hold. All right, coming down, dropping it down to a low plank, and we hold. 20 seconds. Squeeze your core, tuck the hips a little bit. Focus on your breathing. Main thing in the plank is big inhales, big exhales. If your breathing gets out of control, you're gonna have a hard time holding it. We got 5 seconds. That's it. And drop. Relax. 1 minute break. Awesome work, you guys. I told you those shoulders, we're gonna start feeling it. Going from the plank shoulder taps for 30 seconds, right into the burpees, which is more of a plank, and then we drop it down, hold that low plank. Shoulders are fired up. Ain't that what Future said? I think Future got a new song called Fire. Maybe, I don't know what I'm talking about, you guys. Wipe it up, grab some water if we need. We got 30 seconds before we start that next round. I'm gonna take this time and reset the mind, reset the body. Typically, anytime I'm doing any planks and I'm at home, I have my little baby boy always climbing on top of me. So this is kind of nice to do a plank without a little 3-year-old standing on top of me. Here we go, plank shoulder taps. Holding that high plank position, and let's rock. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Again, I told you, I'm gonna gradually build that intensity as we go. So this time I'll move a little bit quicker. Still working on anti-rotation of the hips. And remember, option if we need, if we're getting fatigued, drop the knees down. We're still putting a lot of pressure on the core, and we're still getting a lot of core work from the knees. So if we're having trouble having a lot of rotation of the hips in the high plank, don't be afraid. Drop those knees down. Still working those shoulder taps, and relax. Quick 10 seconds. All right, we're going back to that burpee. Big inhale, big exhale. Burpee time. Let's rock. Let's do it. Jump it up, and we stand. This is the one exercise though that when I start doing, he'll get away from me because he's scared to get kicked. And I can get a little crazy with burpees sometimes. So at least he's a little smart. 5 seconds, you guys. And rest. Quick 10 seconds. We're going back down to that forearm plank. Focus on our breathing. Elbows under the shoulders. Tuck that hip. In 3, 2, hold it. Breathe. Focus in. It's only 20 seconds. But you do anything for 20 seconds. Last 10. Woo. I'm shaking. And drop. Great work, you guys. We got 2 rounds done. 1 more set to go. That's it. Uno más. Remember, I always like to say, didn't forget it. Whatever we've done in the past already, we worked hard already for 25 minutes. Let's put together one last good set. The work we've already done is done. It's deposited. I know we're tired, I know we're fatigued, but let's just focus on the future. What we have left to do, and that's 1 set. That's it. That's it. 30 seconds. Get your mind right. All right, again, for this last set, you guys, remember we're trying to build that intensity. We got nothing to hold back for at this point. This is the last round, last thing we're gonna do, and then we got our cool down. So, really challenge yourself. Let's bring the heat, let's spice it up, speed up our movements, especially for our plank, of course, we're not gonna speed up, but for our burpee and for our shoulder taps, let's move a little quicker. Get the heart rate up. Let's do it. Drop it down into that plank, and let's work. Shoulder taps. Try to work fast here. As fast as we can while controlled, though. Remember, goal is anti-rotation of the hips and the core. So take your time if you need to, but if you're feeling good, speed it up. Try to keep pace with me if you can. 10 seconds.
No more. Oh boy.
Don't hit yourself too hard. I feel like I'm slapping myself kind of hard right now. And relax. All right, burpee time. Again, trying to keep that same concept, speed it up. Let's see how many reps we can get. Count your reps out. Let's try to get at least 10. Here we go. If you're feeling good and feeling spicy, drop down. Add that push-up if you dare to take that challenge. I'm gonna go ahead and take that challenge with those guys who choose to. All the way down into that push-up. Last couple reps. Last one. Woo! All right, plank hold. So we got left. Drop it down, hold it, breathe. Let's take it home. Here we go. Drop it down, hold it, breathe. 20 seconds. We're almost there. This is it. This is it. The work is done. The deposit is about to be made. Last 10 seconds, don't drop. Hey, don't drop, come on. And time. Sheesh. Don't worry, y'all. Yes, sir, that's what I'm talking about. Sign your name, take that deposit, take it to the bank. That's what I'm talking about. That was our 30-minute full body build. Lower body, upper body, core. We hit it all, all right? For our stretch, for our cool down, move my weights out the way a little bit. Let's go ahead and stay on the mat. First one, we're gonna work a figure 4. Land flat to the floor. Take your ankle, place it on top of your opposite knee. From here, you can either stay here, try to actively drive the knee down, or you can grab behind the hamstring, pull that leg back a little bit. I have terrible hips, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep my leg down and just actively push my knee away and try to focus on a little bit more stretch through my glute here. Just focus on our breathing, you guys. The work is done. Let's try to get the heart rate to come back down towards a resting rate. Think 4-second inhale in through the nose. 4-second exhale out through the mouth. Switching sides. Opposite ankle, opposite knee. Again, you guys, when we think about power, anytime we think of power, I know I said it before, but we're thinking about getting from point A to point B as fast but as efficiently as possible. Efficiency is a very big variable in terms of doing something properly and doing something correctly. So fast is great, yes, but we also want to be doing it correctly. So always thinking doing it as fast as we can on power days, but how effectively and efficiently are we doing it as well? Go ahead and release. All right, we're gonna go ahead and sit it on up. Take one leg, bend it over the other. Hand can come behind us. Push that elbow against the knee, and we rotate. Trying to keep the hips square. Again, feeling the stretch through the glute a little bit. Feeling a good stretch through our spine. And release. Switching sides. Leg comes over. Leg extended. And push that elbow. For those of you guys that got little ones at the home, you're doing that last round. You got a little extra weight on your back while you're doing those planks. Or just tell them to do it with you. They can hold a plank. Come on now. Let them get some work in too. And release. All right, leg extended. We're just gonna go for a forward fold here, okay? Reaching forward, trying to touch the toes. If we can get to the toes, perfect. If not, that is perfectly fine. Just reach as far as you can in front of you. And again, just focus on your breathing, especially with your head below your heart. After a workout, emphasize your breathing. and release. All right, last thing, you guys. So take a big inhale, big exhale together from that seated position. Stand tall, chest is big. Hands at the waist, big inhale, arms come out, reach. Hold that inhale in. And exhale, and release. Hell of a job, you guys. Put your weights away. Way to get it done today. Again, I am Coach Alex. That was our 30-minute full body build. Focus on power, and I'll see you next time. Checking out.